Blog Talk Radio.
Hello, everybody, and thank you for tuning in tonight to Blog Talk Radio, here at Grown Folks Talk Radio, Tonight we are going to begin our series of Men Speak versus Women Speak. And on this show tonight, we will actually be letting the fellas talk about what they think on different topics. Before we begin to introduce the rest of our callers, we do have one of our hosts who are not here on the call this evening, Miss Sarita Salter. You guys know her as Sunny, who is with her family right now due to the passing of her mother, Miss Michelle Kelly. So we definitely want to keep our prayers out to the Kelly and Salter family this evening. And we'll dedicate the show to her. This evening on the show, we do have myself, Kenya, when we have Clinton and Jabril joining us this evening. So without further ado, go ahead.
What up?
Without further ado, I'm sorry, I'm all ready, y'all. But I'm going to be quiet and let the men speak. So without further ado, you guys can take it away.
Oh, yeah, Clint, what's good?
What's going on, bro?
Man, just chilling. Like you said, it's me and you today. Shout out to Sunny. Hopefully she up there tuning in. But Sunny, keep your head up. Praying for you. If you need anything, you can always hit me up. You can hit any of us up. We all family now. Definitely that.
Yes, man.
Other than that, it's been a nice, good weekend. Holiday just went by. Birthday just went by. Definitely had a good time doing that. I'm gonna get right into this. I just started talking about Thanksgiving. Everybody ate good, had some good turkey, mac and cheese, collard greens, the yams, all that good stuff. But Clint, man, I got pulled into some mess on Facebook the other day. Speaking about some yams, let's get into this. Somebody made a post yesterday. It's a female. She said, "Why do guys lie for sex? If you want sex and don't want to talk after, just say so." And I kind of took offense to that. I told her, I said, that's a very bold statement that you put out right there. That talking about guys lying for sex. And she went into the whole, Netflix and chill thing and all of this other stuff. And I'm just like, yo, like that Netflix and chill thing is getting kind of old already. Like it just came out, but it's already starting to get on my nerves. Like, yeah, I don't know. I know you're itching to say something about this. What's up?
Because, to make that statement is crazy because 9 times out of 10, they already know what it is. You feel me? So, man lie for sex. You already know what it is. You already know if you're going to let that man have sex or not when you first meet him. And if y'all hit it off or whatever. But, man, I don't think some men do lie. Let's be real. Let's be real.
I would be honest. God, they do. They'll say whatever they have to say to get in there. So yeah, some dudes are going to lie about it. But you got to also remember, you got these females that are up here that will sit here and talk about these guys lying about it, knowing damn well that, like you say, they already have in their mind, they know in their mind whether they're going to have sex with this guy or not. So whether he lies about it or doesn't lie about it, it's going to happen. It's going to go down.
Yeah, first of all, a lot of females lie as well. About the whole, being up front and all. First of all, if a man was up front and brash like that, most women couldn't deal with that. It'd be a turn off from the door. So they want you to sugarcoat it. They want you to sweet talk. Most women want you to lie to them. They can't handle the truth to begin with. That's what it comes down to. That's why most dudes lie, to be honest with you. Because they couldn't handle the truth. You feel me?
Yo, hold on 1 second before we get into any more. I know this is a very good topic that we right here talking about, so we might have some people that want to call in and talk to us about this. Hit us up, 657-383-1155, or check us out, blogtalkradio.com/GFT radio show. Go ahead, Clint. I just wanted to put that number out there because this should bring up some good convo.
Yeah, I just think that, it all comes down to basically what she was saying, is she want dudes to be honest. And if men were more upfront and honest, females couldn't handle that. Know what I mean? Like females, they all rather be sweet talked to. Know what I mean, I'd rather hear a sweet lie than a harsh truth. That be let's be real about it. Know what I mean, they like hear a sweet lie than a harsh truth. So she talking about, know what I mean, men always lie for sex. Come on, now, I mean, like, you know, if he came at you directly up front, you wouldn't even give it to him.
And that's exactly what I told her. I was like, come on now, like, you know, straight up for real. Like, if he came straight up and told you, like, we talking about grown men now, like grown adults in relationships. We ain't talking about no high school, college relationship, you know, F-buddies going around. I'm talking about real relationship, grown folks talking straight up. Like, dude came to you and told you that that's all he wanted. You know damn well that you would you'd look at him differently about that with that situation.
Exactly.
A female would.
Exactly, because they couldn't. Now, a dude on the other hand, now if a female come up to us in that direct manner, it's a whole different response. You know what I mean? For most dudes gonna be like, hell yeah, all right, that's what it is. You know what I mean? It's a whole totally different response from a man. You know what I mean? Because you know what I mean? Let's be real, we savages at the end of the day. So, you know what I mean? We flesh eaters. That's what we strictly flesh. You know what I mean? So if a female come up to us like that, straight and direct, that's exactly what we prefer.
No thinking twice about it.
Yeah,
no thinking twice.
Exactly. You know what I mean? We don't got to beat around the bush, get straight to it. All right, that's what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Female, totally different reaction. Now, I got another topic I was having, and it's along the same line as sex. I was having a conversation with a female friend of mine. You know what I mean? She was talking about how it's when she's having sex, she hasn't, I guess, had too many orgasms with her sexual partners. Now, I mean, so sometimes basically she fake it sometimes. Now, I mean, I told the men fake it too. It's just that we can still climax.
Uh-huh.
Now, I mean, but she couldn't believe me in the fact that men can fake it. Can you co-sign that for me?
Oh yeah, they definitely can. It might not happen as often, and you might not, like, if a female does it, then yeah, you 9 times out of 10 you could tell. There's well, I shouldn't say 9 times out of 10, but more than likely you should be able to tell. Like, she's sitting there bored out of her mind, and all that. You understand what's going on. And the same thing goes with guys too. It happens with guys. Guys can make it happen.
Yeah, I told her, I said the only difference is we can still hit that climax no matter what. Know what I mean?
Ego boosters. That's what you got.
Exactly. I mean, exactly. Sometimes, man. Know what I mean? Sometimes it's not good. I think I need the ladies out there to really understand that. Know what I mean? Y'all, because I always hear them complaining about men. Know what I mean? Men don't know what they're doing, this, that, and the third. A lot of y'all out there don't know what y'all doing either. Know what I mean? A bunch of dead fish laying around out here.
Dude, be hype as hell to get in there at first, and then once you get in there, you like, yo, it's time to go, and he just got to hurry up and
exactly.
Like, all right, yo,
I mean, like, it's too much. It's too much. Now, I mean, let's get that number out again. Like I said, like my man Brill said, 657-383-1155. If any of y'all out there, y'all want to comment, now I mean, y'all got something on y'all chest, y'all don't agree with us, let us know. Now I mean, we still got Red in the background, just in case any of you ladies want to ask her a question as well.
Wait. We actually have a caller on the line, so I'm going to put them in. Hold on. Right. Caller, you on the line?
Hello?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
How you doing?
Yeah,
I'm good. How are you?
All right. How are you?
I'm good. Now, what y'all over there talking about?
Whoa. This was the men's hour that we was going to talk about some things. I mean, you all knew it was going to get real, what was going to happen. So
I'm sorry, this is my first time listening to the show, so I'm still a newbie.
Yeah,
we definitely appreciate that.
Exactly. We touched on a couple topics, you know what I mean? My brother Jabril started off the show with was that he had a conversation with a female friend, and she said that, you know what I mean, man lie to have sex. You know what I mean? She would prefer that a man just be upfront and honest about what it is from the door. And we say,
I
mean,
agree.
that most females couldn't handle that truth.
I mean, if you real from the rip though, if anything happens at the end, you know what I mean, you let her know from the door, so she can't really get mad if you real from the rip. Well, at least in my opinion.
Okay, I can dig that. So if I was to approach you from the door, you know what I mean, with some sort of attraction, and I let you know from the rip that, you know what I mean, all I'm looking for is sex, nothing else.
Okay. How you know that's not what I'm looking for too?
Okay, then that's what. That was the reverse side of that. As men, if females approach us like that, and it's an automatic go for us, for most men. Know what I mean?
Yeah, but at the same time, if a female was to come at you like that first, would you automatically look at her a certain way?
Not necessarily.
Nah.
You say that.
We're adults here. We adults here, baby. Like Will said, we're not in high school, and now I mean, we're not little kids no more. We're grown folks around here. So it shouldn't be. We should be all. That's where we should be at with it from the door anyway. You feel me? You shouldn't have to beat around the bush. Right or wrong.
Understand.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
Like, we grown. Go ahead.
No, I agree with what you're saying. Yeah, we are all grown, and things like that should be established to me at the beginning. So there's no question about it. If feelings are caught, like you already knew what it was, and it should be no beef after that because you already knew what it was.
Exactly.
There we go. There you go.
Okay, so now I mean, I like this card. I like her point of view. You know what I mean? Because, and can we get your name, sweetheart? We ain't get a name.
This is Reese.
Okay.
We'll take that.
That's what you're gonna take. That's what I gave you.
Oh.
We also had another topic. What happened now?
Nothing. I'm listening. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we also had another topic. It was along the lines of sex, and it was we talked about how females fake it. I was having a conversation with a friend how females fake orgasms or fake it while they're having sex, and I told her that men fake it too, but she couldn't believe me.
But what do you get out of as a female? What do you get out of faking it? I don't understand.
Who, me personally?
As a man, I don't understand why. What would be the point? Like,
it's different situations that you might have. Like I said earlier, you might.
Like what? I need an example. Like, I'm just trying to understand. I'm sorry.
Like I say, I mean, you could have been all hyped and everything and ready to get it in and ready to go in the beginning, and after a while, like once you get in there, you're just like, yo, I'm ready to go. This ain't what I thought it was gonna be. I'm trying to hurry up and be out.
So
there you go.
Never
That's
been
an
honest
example right there.
with a female and said, like, you know what, this ain't gonna work. You've never done that before?
Yeah, I have.
So what's the point of faking it then? Why can't you just do that? Why fake it?
Because
we got another caller on there too, guys. Let me just let them in.
Yeah, Double D.
Just hold on a second. Hold on.
Bring this on in. Bring them on in.
How you doing, caller? You are live on Grown Folk Talk Radio. Can we get your name?
Darren Freedom Green.
How you doing, Mr. Green?
Okay. My man, Darren. What's up, Darren?
What's going
How's
on,
everybody
brother?
doing?
All right.
Now, Mr. Green, before Clint and Jabril get into what they were discussing, I know we're not really allowed to speak unless you're a caller because I'm a co-host, but can I chime in for a second before we move on to Mr. Green?
Come on, Double D. You're supposed to be taking notes. We're telling the shot next week.
I'm just saying because Mr. Wilson said that you should always be real and keep it 100 because we are grown folks around here. But then y'all start talking about how men fake it. That ain't keeping it real.
That's what I'm not understanding. Like, why
first
do
let
that?
the brother Darren speak. Let the brother Darren speak.
I'm listening to the topic. What
everybody gonna be quiet?
Okay. Nah, this is what I'm saying. I'm not saying the point is to fake it. Now, I mean, what I'm saying is it's different for a man. You understand?
Why?
Because a man can still climax at the end of the day, whereas a woman can't. You feel me?
What?
So even if when I say a man fakes in it, I'm saying a man can still perform the action and not necessarily enjoy it. You see what I'm saying? All right, I'm just about to get mine and be out. Is it am I saying it's right? No. But what I'm saying is that men do it too, just like women do. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Well,
Mr.
my
Brown, you
personal
want to comment
experience,
on
I
that?
have never done that before, so I just don't. I don't understand. I'm sorry.
But Mr. Green, you want to chime in on that?
I mean, I'm just catching pieces of it. But anytime we start talking about explaining fake situations and looking for real changes, I just shut down. So I'm just not for all that.
Okay, I can dig what he's saying.
Okay, Mr. Green. Well, we do thank you for calling in anyway.
I'm just listening because it's my first time calling in, and I didn't hear the beginning of the discussion, so I didn't want to come all, start expounding on something that I didn't understand the full context of. But I understand what Brod's saying too.
Well, I don't want you to get the wrong impression. We have a new series that's entitled Men Speak versus Women Speak. So this week, men are speaking about their views on different issues as it relates to relationships and sex and women and communication and things of that nature. So this week it's their turn to let us women know how they think. And on our next show, women will get a chance to tell men how we think.
Okay.
And we just happened to bring up, it was just two topics. We had separate conversations with female friends of ours, so we just brought those topics onto the show.
Okay. About men and women both faking like they're climaxing.
Well, that was one of them.
That was one of them. That was just a conversation. That was just one. The other one was about, being real upfront from the beginning with each other. Basically, it comes down to being honest. That's basically what both conversations is about. Honesty. I'm just taking it. Having fun with the conversation.
Oh, no doubt. It's a real serious topic, but I think in a world where so many people are oftentimes taken away from who they are because of the media and what's perpetuated, people a lot of times don't know who they are. So I think from men and women's perspective, we have a hard time of just being real, which gives us a difficult time at being relative to what's going on. So this is a real good topic.
Thank you. Now, we're going to expand on the topic. Because, it was more than just about sex. It was about also men issues, what men deal with on a whole. Now, as men growing up, in the neighborhoods, it was like nowadays they say things like, oh, he trying to be tough, or he can't keep tough. Right. When I was growing up, being tough wasn't looked at as a bad thing, because you have to be tough to grow up in this world with so much things. So much things going on. So, it was more so. I say with men, I don't know how women had to do it when they grow up. I know, like in my neighborhood, it was the old heads would take us under their wing, and we would do different things, whether it be sports, flat boxing, whatever. In today's society, in today's neighborhood, I don't see too many older men taking these young kids in and teaching them. Giving them something to respect. You feel me?
I'm glad you brought that up, because it's a good thing we got Darren on the phone right now, because I'm kind of familiar with Darren. He might not remember, but I've worked with him over the years. Over at Wi-Fi AM 1460, we worked together, and I follow him on Facebook and other things. So I know what Darren does. So it's a good thing that you brought this topic up, Clint, because Darren can relate directly to this topic. I don't know. I mean, I didn't tell him to call in. He was just randomly listening. But I know, Darren, if you want to take over and talk about what you do and talk about this topic, you're more than welcome to chime in on this one.
Oh, no doubt. I mean, this is a great topic, and it's what has eroded the quality of life in our community when you speak about black, brown, and yellow people. The brother nailed it. You know, when we came up, there was a culture in place, meaning the method or manner of doing things, and older brothers walked young men into manhood. Now, 35 to 45-year-old grown men have a mentality of 13 to 14-year-olds. So now young men don't have a reference point physically and certainly don't have a reference point mentally for what manhood is or requires. So therefore, they're lost and they're angry. So that's what the anger you see in some terms of our community, because they're frustrated because they want to learn, they want to grow, they want to develop, but there's nobody to physically show them and walk them through life like we did. Most older brothers now either fear the generation they're responsible for, or they make mockery of them so they don't have to be responsible to them. How you going to keep yelling, those babies are crazy? Well, you're responsible for them, so you should be going out there producing some form of sanity or clarity to make sure they're learning the same things you learned. So this is a great topic as well, and I think the failure of this generation is certainly based on the fruit, which is the tree, which has produced the fruit, which doesn't have a balanced foundation. So this is a great topic.
Definitely. And like Clint said, I agree with both of you guys. Me coming up, I had, my brother wasn't really around a lot, but I had a lot of older people that were around. My brother was away at college, but the older generation definitely was out there looking out with the younger generation. I can remember going to the basketball courts, walking through Willenboro, he said the slap box and things like that, like little things like that. You got the older generation that was out there with you, whereas now, my son is 10 years old, and I really don't see him out there as much with the older generation doing things that we were doing when we were growing up.
Right.
Definitely don't see that anymore.
Another critical piece is the older brothers taught us something that I'm teaching the babies now, which is conflict resolution. Nobody's teaching them that, so they go from 0 to 100 real quick, and they grab that gun, and they're unable to see that this situation doesn't need to escalate to that level 12, where we can sit right here, talk, dialogue, and even agree to disagree or go our own ways. Nobody's teaching them that. Well, older brothers taught us that, and we left situations alone. Now they go from where they go in terms of anger to just craziness, and they do things that you can't come back from. So it's a different dynamic out here now.
Yeah, I always, because we had discussed, we had a man versus woman topic a few episodes ago, and I always put the onus on men. I feel like in our community, the men have let us down. That's how I feel. Because I feel like we should have been stronger. Now, I know my father was there. You feel me? So I know. A lot of my friends, their fathers weren't. You feel me? So they didn't have like a male figure to go to lean on, somebody to teach them. And I think that's one of the major problems in our community. I also had uncles I can look up to. I had one uncle, he would have me on the basketball court all the time just to keep me out of trouble. And like a lot of these kids, they don't have none of that. You feel me? Not in the streets, not in their home, nothing. And a lot of, like you said earlier, good point you made, a lot of dudes our age in their 30s, they're out here acting like they're still, like you said, teenagers. You know what I mean? So these little boys, these young kids, they looking up to them, and they sitting there like, this is what we have to look forward to. You know what I mean? So what else is there to do to what other than what we're doing already, which is nothing with our time.
Right. No doubt. Excellent points. And that's not going to change. It's not going to change until we change it, because too many of us, again, are consistently, we got a lot of energy towards the wrong things and don't have the energy and application to the right things. And even what's going on right now, just dialogue, so you can have an acknowledgement of what's wrong in our community. This show is important because at least you're pointing out where things are wrong. We don't do enough of that now. We don't even talk to each other no more. We mean mug each other, or we talk about each other, or we talk indirect, so we have a difficult time directly addressing the issues. And another big barrier is the expression of emotions. In this generation, in this day and time, it's very difficult for black, brown, and yellow males to be able to express themselves in, I don't want to say in a feminine manner, but in a soft side without them being said that they're homosexual or they're weak. And that's almost a parallel now where being emotional is a sign of weakness. So now these young men coming up are concentrated on being hard pieces of steel. And that's why when you run into them, when the nature or natural of their emotions is to be expressed, they don't have the ability to do it because it's not something they practice. And another thing is we're traumatized. You see murders, happening across this country inside our community, and nobody is allowed to cry. Nobody is allowed to be in pain. Nobody's allowed to express that. You're just supposed to suck it up and keep it moving. But mental health is a very big barrier in our communities.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. And not only mental health, the way people look at mental health in our community. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? You'll rarely get somebody in the black community be like, especially a black man, I wonder, I need to go see a psychiatrist, or I need somebody to talk to deal with what I'm dealing with. But, you feel me, sometimes that's what you do need.
Right. And you have to make the conversation different, and you have to make the conversation palatable. Right now, mental health isn't even something people want to. They won't even mention it because, again, like you said, internally it's seen as something bad. But if you exist in poverty, you're traumatized, and there are mental health issues you're going through, and you don't even know about it consciously, but subconsciously you're going through situations and scenarios. Again, when you live in a place where death is at your doorstep almost every day, you deal with a different dynamic or mentality. I have young black males I teach. At the end of the day, many of them are just happy that they didn't get carried off by the coroner. That's a form of mental health that's being done to them every day, and nobody talks about that. And they grow up damaged. You know what I mean? They get to be older, and they have an inability to function, and nobody knows why. So these are some major issues you guys are touching on. This is a great show.
Wait a minute, hold on, guys. We got another caller coming in. Hold on 1 second.
All right.
How you doing, caller? You're live on the air. Can we get your name?
Hello?
Caller, are you there?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Can you get your name?
Hey, no. Hey, guys, it's me, Sonny.
What up, Sonny?
Hey, man.
Hey, I just called and I was listening to the show. You guys are doing so great. That's all I wanted to say, but I was just listening there.
All right, thanks.
Okay. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
I do want to piggyback on what the brother Darren was talking about. Because we started with mental health, and another thing that I wanted to touch on about black men in general, black men specifically, is health. Period. Now, we have a problem. Now, I can speak personally. Now, I'm dealing with certain health issues myself, and I notice when I go to the doctor or whenever I had to go to the ER, wherever, I'm rarely seeing people of my persuasion there. You know what I mean? A lot of black people refuse to go to the black men, especially refuse to go to the doctor to get checked up on. They wait till things get almost out of control before they go see what's wrong.
No, that's excellent. It's an excellent point.
Yeah, and that's older generation and newer generation.
Right. Most of what we see, as individuals comes from two areas and two dynamics. The knowledge you receive, whether it's good or bad, and the experiences you travel, behaviors emulated upon. So most young black, brown, and yellow males, they see, again, the medical field being a stigma. If you even go get a checkup, it means you have an STD. No, I'm just going to get a checkup. I want to make sure everything is working properly. You know what I mean? But that's seen in our community as a stigma. And then we only go, I know I got babies I teach. I said, listen, you can't be walking around here with a headache for 2 weeks. You need to go to the doctor. Something's wrong. That's your body sending off an alarm. So there's a level of education that needs to happen consistently on a day-to-day basis in our communities removing a lot of internal barriers that which have been historically put in place. But we also have to understand the history of why. You begin to deal with the Tuskegee experiment and things of that nature where black, brown, and yellow people have been experimented on. There's an innate psychological fear that exists for us going to the doctor because we don't trust them. You know, even now there's still things going on where you go in and things are being done that you didn't ask for. Things are being done that you don't know about. They're experimenting. So we have to be very careful and begin to have history lessons so we understand where we are, where we come from, and where we need to be. But, again, dialogue like you're doing now points out a lot of these areas that people are apprehensive about talking about because they don't want to be seen as being weak or corny. Like now in school, it's actually seen as you're demeaned for being intelligent. So when you start expressing yourself, people look down on you. So a lot of questions that need to be asked don't get asked, and answers that need to be told or gotten, don't get. And then we walk around blind, deaf, and dumb, and we're burying ourselves at an early age now.
Exactly. Well, brother, we appreciate your call. We're running out of time. I sincerely appreciate you calling. And
definitely appreciate your input, your info, everything that you had.
A black man out there teaching the young youth out there and not just talking it, living it. You feel me? So I want to give you credit for that. Thank you for calling in. Thank you to all y'all out there listening. Like I said, you can catch the archive on the show at blogtalkradio.com /GFT Radio Show. You can also log on to our website, gftradioshow.com. We also have a YouTube channel where we'll have the show uploaded in a couple of days. Just go to YouTube, GFT Radio Show. And we'd like to thank y'all for listening, and we'll see y'all next week.
Thanks for listening. Shout out to Darren for calling. Shout out for Reese for calling. Big up to Sonny. Take care. I'm going to hit you up later. Kenya Double D, you still there? I know you around.
I'm definitely still here. And before we close out, we're going to remind these folks that December 17th, the women will be speaking, and we're going to do this right. All this cannot just go down. This was a cute show. It was cute. But the women will be speaking on December 17th. Okay, and we will sound off. So thank you guys for listening in. Thank you guys for calling in. There's a lot of you guys listening. Thank you for that. We'll see you guys on December 17th.
All right, y'all. Good night.
Great work.
Peace. All right.
Peace. Hello.